All right, hey guys, I know there's no one there right now, so I'm just gonna wait for a little bit, see if anyone decides to hop in. We'll see if anyone actually wants to hop in, because I know these are always very sudden. All right, let's just post these in Discord, see if anyone's interested in coming to chats. Okay, let's see who's in the audience, because there's usually almost no one. But yeah, for those of you, because I know, what was it with you guys? Last time I streamed, 86 people watched it after I posted it, which was weird. I didn't expect anyone to be interested in that. We'll see if anyone decides to join. If not, I can just delete the video. What? Oh, I see. It takes a little bit for this to go live. A major delay. Okay. It would just be sad if no one joins, but hey, it is what it is. Hmm? Oh, right. Okay. I'm just waiting for comments at this point.
Anything you want to talk about?
Topics, I actually have a couple lined up in my head, but mainly I just want to interact with the audience, so that's why I decided to have this. And because I am never free on the weekends. Hey guys, whoever decided to come in, I wish I could see your names so I could actually call you out by name to say hi. How's y'all's day been this Sunday afternoon, almost evening at this point? It's really hard to talk whenever I don't know how many people are here in the audience for real. But I know there's just a really long delay on everything.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a minute long. Okay. So, because I know some people are going to watch this, even though they're not going to tune in live, I'll just have a little conversation. I realized that in my latest video, the more extreme one where I was swearing a bit, talking a little more passionately, I overlooked one major detail. I completely overlooked the fact that a lot of people are introduced to the hobby by opening packs. And that was stupid of me. I just didn't think about it at all. It didn't occur to me. So where was that guy? I didn't remember his name, but I thanked him in the post because it really about it, and I thought I can't make a video over this, but I can at least chat with you guys about it. Just chat with you guys. Tell you guys I realized I was a little wrong in that regard. And I realized right now in Pokemon, we've come into a strange junction. We had a case of 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. We have a major issue now with the whole supply. And I think even if the scalpers would have gone, this would be an issue that would have occurred anyway at the end of the day. Simply because supply, 2020, COVID, along with just the explosive growth caused by influencers and everyone, was too much for the supply. And either way, we would have had supply issues and things would have exploded in price. And I think that should have been a point I talked about a little better, rather than just being so heated. I wonder what happened last time that actually got people to come watch.
Probably back to open packs.
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah, I just want to try it, but hey, I don't think anyone wants to come watch.
Yeah, 4 whole people.
I know, but there's no audience interaction, unfortunately. I want to chat with them. I want them to just ask for my thoughts on stuff or make video suggestions. I would love video suggestions. I want to know what the audience wants, but because I know that my audience is very much like me, that they just kind of like to watch and enjoy stuff, they don't make video suggestions all that much.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can. Let me see the first comment. Hey, Bob Bravo. Yeah, you are definitely one of the people I constantly notice on the comments. It's always hard to have just, it's always hard to visualize that I have 286 subscribers, which it's nothing by comparison to a lot of people, but for me, that's an absurd amount of people in my eyes to watch me. Yeah, there's going to be almost no one here, and that's okay. I'm probably, because no one's really coming in to watch, I'm probably going to end this real soon and just delete the video because there's no point. There's no point having this on the channel, okay? If anything, it just looks a little sad, but that's all right. I'm going to be appearing, I don't know if I'm going to be appearing on Pokegel's channel. I'm not sure. I was trying to talk with her, and it was a really abrupt thing where we were just talking, and she said she's going to open up some build and battle kits. And I don't know if she's selling them during the stream. If she is, I think she told me they're like $28 a piece. And if that's the case, it's actually a really good price. Let me see. Let me see how much she was selling them. Yeah, she's selling them at $25 a piece. So if you guys want to go over there and she's actually selling them and you're interested, maybe you could buy them. I don't know if I'm going to be on there again like when I was with Streamlabs, or if I'm just going to be in the audience, because we were talking about that. Never got it hashed out. Should I open something? Get people to watch? No, I have nothing to open. Nothing I want to open. I don't like doing that. Okay, so considering there's almost no one here, may as well. I'll just go for another 3 minutes. Probably end it right there.
Go on rant. Talk about something to rant about.
Not stuff I rant about. There's nothing to rant about right now. Like the only other thing I could think of would be evolutions and some epiphany that came to mind recently, which was we were all talking about how there are people who sit on cases upon cases of evolutions, but I realized, what does it even matter? What does it even matter if a set gets printed into the ground if it's really good? Like theoretically, there's a lot out there, but there's not much on the market. What's it matter? Because when you really sit and think about it, every time we reach certain milestones in the price points, a wave of all right, I'm going to finish my thought. A wave of product comes out, gets flushed into the market. It'll cause the prices to retrace ever so slightly, and then they'll just go straight back up because it doesn't matter. And that was a really hard video. So that's a video I'm working on, but it's always hard to formulate my thoughts there. And Bob Bravo, since you're here, may as well just chat with you, man. I assume there's one other person tuning in just to be nice and support, which that's fine by me. I'm waiting for the next opportunity for investing in sealed product. I don't really invest in individual cards, so I'm now focusing on vintage. Yeah, sealed product is so difficult to acquire, man. Right now, honestly, I think if you want to look at sealed products, there's so many areas that's just difficult to figure out the price point for. Simply because I realize that's a phrase I start using a lot, okay? But it's difficult to find appropriately priced product in this seller's market. But if you want an area to look at, I would say look at pre-team up. Those are going to be some pretty good options. Maybe even pre-Hidden Fate / Cosmic. That may be an opportunity somewhere in there. Anything that's been reprinted, like Unified Minds, Unbroken Bonds. What else was it? I don't remember anymore if something else got reprinted. But the things that have already been reprinted, I don't think they're going to get reprinted again. So right there, you'll see opportunities. And I was even considering it again. Sun and Moon is going to be a very interesting thing that ages. I've looked at previous sets. I've looked through the ages. Sun and Moon kind of stands out in some of the strange things they pulled, such as introducing the Rainbow Rares for the first time, which had very mixed reception, but then having the alternate arts and then the trainer arts in that same era. So if you want to look for somewhere sealed to invest, I think Sun and Moon is a good area to look at. It's just so difficult to find anywhere to park money in right now because it's just so expensive.
Everywhere.
It's not only everywhere trying to park money, but it's expensive, and you're just uncertain because you don't know if the market's going to crash, because everyone's worried that this is like the peak and everything's going to drop like crazy, but it's hard to figure out what's going to be safe. I've really just been banking on rarity. I like to trade I like to trade hype and popularity for rarity as much as I can. Just like I know someone who, the genius, sold off a PSA 10 unlimited base set Charizard for a PSA 10 Mario Pikachu. That was a fantastic trade because that Charizard is so much more common. Because if you think about it, you got base set, first edition and unlimited, then you got legendary collection, then you got evolutions, you have base set 2. You even have other forms of that Charizard reprinted under sets. Just kind of like quietly slipped in. But then trading for the Mario Pikachu, where very clearly, if you market, there's not that many. Even during the peak of this stuff, there weren't that many Mario Pikachus. You didn't just go online and find 700 of them like you can with that base set Charizard art, because you can type in evolutions, you can type in base set unlimited, shadowless, or first edition. The pace system. Okay, before I get out of here, I'm actually going to tell you guys about that. Bravo and the other people in the audience. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to see your names. I promised I would figure out a spider system, but for singles. Man. Oh, you would not.
Silly promise indeed.
You would not believe how hard that was, man. You don't know how difficult it is to predict something that is so volatile that you just cannot feasibly predict. But I got an idea. I created the pace system. It is currently in its trial and error stage. The pace system stands for P. I think that what was
rates.
Pull rates. A is a
average character performance.
Average character performance. I haven't memorized my own acronym yet. C is the Sarah. What was C?
Oh, give me a second.
Oh, we're getting interaction now. Nice. I can talk with you guys. Finally. Hey, Pokemart TCG. Okay, I forgot what C was. So essentially the idea is we take a snapshot of the sequel at any point in time. We look at the pull rates from the set it came from. The what was it? The average grade. Well, yeah, the average grade is one of them. We like how ease of grading. That's what it was. Ease of grading. Like, are you gonna get Champions Path Charizards where you get 10s like 50% of the time, or are you gonna get Evolutions Charizards where you get a 10 3% of the time or less? Oh, you lost it, Sarah. Just pick it up on your phone. You had a picture of it. And what's ACP again? Oh, average card performance. Mm-hmm. So, average card performance, and this was a very difficult to create system. It takes a lot of work because you're trying to predict something that's so volatile. Go to every single set this card has appeared in, excluding like tag team variations. Tag team can kind of work, but those are very unique cases. Figure out how, like, what percentile does it fall in whenever it's in the set? Is it on average in the top 50% of the most valuable cards?
Current supply.
Okay, current supply. Or is it like really high up, like it's constantly one of the chase cards? And you also have to look at the reason you need to look at every set is you need the circumstances. Like, what exactly is happening? Are you looking at a Steam Siege where everything's garbage except for one card? Or are you looking at like a team-up box where a bunch of cards are really nice and they all have value and it's still competing? And then the last one is the current supply. Current supply, fantastic way to look it up. Just go online, multiple sites, type in the booster box, and figure out how many of them there are, like roughly, because the booster boxes that are out on the open market are actually a very good reflector of how much is hidden away behind the scenes. because it always correlates. You can't draw a 100% correlation, but you can draw a little bit of one. And by knowing how many sealed there are, you can now know how many more 8s, 9s, 10s are out there being kind of protected and hidden away. And then you also have to separate it by trainer and Pokemon. For trainer, though, I added a constant. If it's a waifu, it automatically starts doing slightly better, I've noticed. And for Pokemon, if it's shiny, still does slightly better. I still need to work out some kinks on it. I need to run more cards through it to make sure this can kind of work. But I also added a fuck it button. Okay, that's what I called it. Essentially, if a really big influencer talks about the card, you just hit that and you throw everything you've got away. Wait a couple months until it settles down, and then you redo it again. Now, I'm going to look at the comments, see what you guys have been saying. I always value rarity except for random secret gold trainer cards. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Even though they're gold, it's very bland a lot of the time.
The weird stadium cards from Hidden Fates you kept pulling.
The stadium cards, they're kind of nice, but it's just a lot of people don't care for them. All right, Pokemon TCG. I am into all types of side hustlers, video games, toys, diecast, pops, Pokemon sealed, and full art, and so much more. Yeah, so actually, it's always good to diversify into various hobbies, because then you actually get to learn a bunch of. You get to reference point with other things that are similar, and you get to bring new viewpoints back to the hobby, so that way you're not so one-dimensional and you don't just get fixated on what you can see at that particular moment. Phoenix. Scalpers ruined my life. Honestly, I think we're all a little fed up with it, okay? I kind of defended them in the last video, but I'm going to be honest. I lost my shit the other day when I was looking for product, all right? I got so upset with it. I will actually swear a little more freely here just because this doesn't matter. This is just a stream. It's just to have fun. All right, I look forward to it. It's sad that the new legendaries pale in comparison to the OGs.
Yes.
Sarah, you talk about that because you know more about that stuff. Like, what do you think about the legendaries from the new one as opposed to the previous gens?
Well, are we talking about card arts, or are we talking about
just
legendaries in
the
general?
Legendaries in general?
They're not as cool.
Like, I mean, Zacian's pretty cool. Granted, if you go to a Pokemon store, like the Zacian plushies are gone, and there's a bunch of Zamazenta.
They're just dogs with weapons in their mouths.
Yeah, definitely. I invest in COD2Bs and booster packs along with full art / hyper rare. Singles, I don't talk a terrible amount about them because I don't like messing around in them. They're just too volatile for my taste. And I don't like buying up a bunch of them. Granted, I have a madman scheme that I've had in the background, which I'll reveal it one day, but not right now. Do you know about the secret rare Pikachu from Black and White base? I bought 2 the other day, one for myself and one as an investment. No, actually, I'm right here. We're just chilling. I'm going to look it up. Black and White base set. Secret rare Pikachu. That's actually a pretty nice card, all things considered. I don't know much about these cards because, again, I don't mess around in singles very much. But it's a nice card, and if you find that for whatever reason the pop is really low, because that's the big thing. Look at the pop. Look at how mint it is. Because all Pikachus historically have performed relatively well. Granted, there's commons and uncommons all over the place that really skew it. But if it's a legit secret rare and hard to pull, so go do some research, watch some videos, there may be potential in it. Just, again, make sure you do your research before you decide to park too much money in it. If you're just doing one as an investment, doesn't matter. Why? Because you clearly said you bought one for yourself as a collector's piece, so you like it. And if you get stuck with a second one, I don't think you're going to really mind all that much. I still find product regardless of the scalpers. I get the low-hanging fruit they leave behind. Depends on what that low-hanging fruit is, because if we're talking like Steam Siege, that's a little unfortunate. But if we're talking like, I don't know, some Darkness Ablaze you find or some Vivid Voltage, that's very nice, especially with the way things are right now. And if you're able to find Sword and Shield base at this point, because for some reason everyone's now caring about it, even though it sat on the shelves for so long, then you're very fortunate right there.
We can't even find product at our stores.
Okay, good. Now I have an idea of what the delay is. Probably about 30 seconds. Because I was trying to get a feel for it so I could wait for their responses to whatever I say. Yeah, pop is super low. I bought one PSA 9. Well, I wish you luck with your endeavor, man. Again, you're brave. You're braver than I am, because I am very cowardly with some of my investments. I do not like super high volatility, and that's just what I see with singles most of the time.
We probably only have like maybe 20 graded cards, and some of them are just because we really like them, or we won them in raffles way back a year ago.
Okay, so since I actually have a couple of you guys here, and I definitely want your opinions on this, what kind of content do you guys want to see from me? Do you want to see me giving my opinion on the set list of every set when it initially releases, whenever we're getting spoilers right away, or do you want me to wait until after we've had them filtered and only the English version drops? Because as you guys all know, there's discrepancies between Japanese and English. Like Shining Fates is nothing like Shiny Star V. We lost so many cards in that transition. And that would be one where I give my opinion on the sets. A second one I'm considering more is maybe talking about various parts of the market, which that one's a little more difficult because I have to just pinpoint a section and just take a deep dive on it. But I don't know how interested people would be on that. And what was the third one I was considering? Oh yeah, just doing milestone checkups on sets. Like just going, okay, so this set has been out for 6 months. Let's see how it's doing. Or this set's been out for 12 months. Let's see how it's doing. Is it appreciating? How's the supply? How's the intrinsic value? Like run a spider system over it. Would you guys like me to do consistent spider systems? Like, all right, set just came out. I'm going to give my initial spider system, which is going to have like 0 pull on anything that happens in the future, just so you see my initial opinion. And then I'll give you one at 6 or 12 months, so that way you can see how it's beginning to age, and together we can start trying to draw lines to what the previous spider systems have looked like. And then again, when I hit that milestone of, what was it, 18 to 24 months, I think that's what it was. And then I do it again. Would you guys like to see that kind of series? And then I can organize it by sets. See what you guys got to say. My thoughts on the English set list would be cool. Okay, I'll definitely make a note of it. And whenever we get to see more of EV Heroes or those other sets, I'll talk about them a bit. I already gave my opinion on battle styles, so I'm not going to do that. 3
different videos with different opinions on battle styles.
Was it 3? I thought I only did 2. Oh wait, no, I did battle styles waves, so that would technically be 3. I love in-depth analysis videos. I prefer your chill videos over all the ADHD hype people on YouTube. What, you don't like me trying to pull your attention away every 2 seconds so I can make sure you stay right here paying attention to me? What do you think about the $200 Japanese Urshifu VMAX alternate arts on eBay? Oh, they're down to $200? They were at $300 before. From my experience, watching the booster boxes be open, it's harder to pull than you think. The Urshifu alternate arts, I think, were harder to pull than most of the rainbow rares. And if that transitions to English, those are going to be some of the most sought after cards. If they decide to make alternate arts competitive with rainbow rares or harder to acquire, perfect. That's one thing people have not been giving modern credit enough for. Give me any rainbow rare that you can pull in 2 or 3 boxes consistently, and like just give me one of those, and let's compare that to like Charizard from base set. Not that you can find very many of those, but if you go back to that era, you open up 2 or 3 booster boxes, you're going to usually pull the chase cards you want. Whereas now it's like, You could open up a case and not pull the Pikachu VMAX Rainbow Rare. And back to what I was saying. Okay. Russian try, but we're still eating. Okay. All right, now as for Pokegal, because I don't know if you're watching or not, I wanted to ask. So do you want me to come on to your channel with StreamYard like last time, or do you just want me hanging out at the audience? I need to make sure because I'm a little confused. This was super last minute. Okay. All right. So what did you guys think about the spider system idea? All right, that's one of the big ones because I like doing spider systems, but at the same time, I don't know how much people really care for listening to those because some people were interested in the whiteboard video with Hidden Fates, but historically, the whiteboard videos don't do fantastic because people really don't care about them, but they're just so important in my eyes because those are the most informationally dense videos. Whereas if I do something like, what videos have I posted in the past that did really, really well? Like if I just kind of talk and try to feed into the hype, those do well, but I don't feel that they're.
What was it?
I don't feel that they're the greatest, huh?
The video we did about the Ultra Premium Collection did really well. Those are best videos.
I think I might have to make more of those. I'm gonna have to do more. Is it worth it?
Yes.
But it's hard to do it because it's like there's so many products. What do I pick? What is it okay for me to sit down and break it down? I think I'm gonna do Crobat VMAX box. That one seems to be a sleeper right now because that one I've noticed people are still trying to crack those open for themselves. They want the code cards. They want the cards. It's probably going to be used during competition. That may be one of the lower supply items of Shining Fates, and it could be a sleeper hit, and I want to check that out. All right, Pokegal. I would love to be there on StreamYard because I actually had a really good time last time. I enjoyed chatting with you, getting to interact with your audience because your audience is very much similar to mine, and that's just fantastic. It's a logical way of analyzing the market. I would love to see it. All right, Spider System. I'm chasing down hyper rare cards right now. They are so much harder to pull than just a full art card. There are way less hyper rare cards than the other cards that are printed. What? Sarah, why are you showing me a pumpkin? All right, so for those of you who don't know why I keep getting distracted, so Sarah over here is drawing a pumpkin.
Leave me alone.
All right. Yes, rainbow rares. I almost hesitate to say this because this is so bold. Any rainbow rare that is $10 or $15, I think is underpriced. I'm going to say that right now. When you think about it, you're telling me that you're seriously telling me that a card that you statistically have a 1 in 2 chance of pulling from a booster box, which if you magically get the $85 booster box at distributor rates, so what would that be, $170? You're only going to pay $12 for that card? That's criminal. What's wrong with you? You should never be selling it at that. Yeah, you should never be selling rainbow rares at those prices. It just makes no sense to me. Especially because if Pokemon decides to ever move away from the rainbow rares, it would just increase that rarity. It would be so I think rainbow rares are an interesting part, a little interesting area of the market. Oh, that's something we should do. We should make a master set of every rainbow rare ever. It's only going to be like 80 something bucks a set, depending on some sets. Like look at
Vivid Voltage. That's going to be ridiculous.
Some sets, okay? I just said some. Exactly why I'm buying all I find at this time. You speak volumes. Yeah. But again, be careful. That's a very wild claim right now because a lot of rainbow rares have not performed. Keep that in mind. Historical significance does matter sometimes.
Yeah.
Alcremie VMAX for €5 feels like a steal. Alcremie, I'm not sure about that one just because I've noticed if there's a rainbow rare in a specialty set and there's very few rainbow rares, it gets pulled a lot more and it depreciates it, like the Rainbow Bird Trio. I opened up a case of Hidden Fates. pulled no shinies, but I pulled 2 of those stupid birds.
I wonder if PSA raising their prices is going to make all cards go up just a little bit.
That's something I was thinking about. One of 2 things. Either it's going to cause people to submit less to PSA and by extension kind of raise the prices, or it's going to cause all the prices to go up to accommodate for the extra cost basis. Well, what conclusion I came to that's interesting is I feel like in the future it's going to be PSA is the gold standard is going to have the higher valued cards because historically it's performed. BGS is then going to be where you submit for the highest money output if you're hoping to get that black label. And then CGC is going to be like mid to low tier cards because you just want quick turnarounds, flip it, just quickly encapsulate it. Whoops. Lost my phone. All right. I agree that $10 Rainbow Rares are a steal. I don't have too much interest in most of the Rainbow Rare Pokemon. Yeah, that's the thing, because there's a lot of garbage Rainbow Rares out there. Like, for a lot of people, such as myself, Tauros is not a Pokemon I am interested in sinking $10 into. But Sarah would be someone who would. So the Charizard Rainbow is very undervalued. Poor rates and Burning Shadows extremely poor, along with bad centering and whitening on the back of card edges. It's always hard to say undervalued whenever it's that expensive, because now you're just cutting out a huge buyer market because just people don't have the money to sink into that. But yeah, Rainbow Rare Charizard is definitely a little undervalued considering the difficulties of pulling it. And if you can get the one without that little error in the corner, what was that again? Was it like an invisible third energy? Like you can see the indent where it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
If you can get the one without that, you can make some real nice money because the one without it is super rare. You just never find it. All right, guys. So thank you guys for coming out, giving me your opinions. I'm definitely going to do those set list analysis, at least try a couple out, see how they're processed by the community. I'm definitely going to do some spider systems. I'm probably going to do one over Shining Fates, actually. We'll see how I can stretch that to be longer than 2 minutes because there's so little data. But yeah, again, thank you guys for actually coming out here and chatting with me a little bit, giving me some information. So I know I just want to hit 1,000 subscribers, not to get monetized, so I can put up those stupid polls and get an idea of what my audience wants.
Yeah, the community interaction.
Because people don't want to come out to these live streams, but people will definitely just go, oh, there's a poll, click, and there, I got the data I want. But yeah, again, I'm going to be appearing on PokeGal's channel. Now that we've confirmed I'm going to appear by like last time, that is going to be 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So that would be 6 o'clock, what was it, Eastern? Pacific Daylight Time. I think that's what it's called.
Is it?
Yeah, the time zones are stupid, but 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, all right? Over on PokeGal's channel, while she's opening up those build and battle kits, maybe some on sale. You want to purchase some of those? They're pretty much MSRP, so that's actually a good area to purchase. But again, thanks guys for coming out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.